Alright, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just double check it's
Live.
You connected to my Wi-Fi as well, I'm on.
No, that's from my phone.
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, it's from
Alright. Say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem,
Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Lokar Kodash.
Double honors unto the elder apostles of great on rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, just sit down with the Arkyam there. No, we got.
Yeah, I'm on.
I'm on one.
Yeah.
Turn that back light on as well.
It's up to you, yeah, if you think it will
Maybe,
benefit.
let's see.
Probably because it might
Backlight.
front one,
Yeah, Paya Allah as well.
Is it better?
yeah. It's a
Yeah,
little
slightly better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
So,
Maybe
yeah.
a little bit closer, but
Yeah.
So yeah. A lot's been happening. You know, midweek, you know, teaching.
Mhm.
So we've got various different things happening, you know, with Trump flexing bicep right now, you know, going down there to go and collect Maduro, you know, strong arm his way into the country, snatch him out of, you know, his place as a ruler. Then stuff like what's going on with Greenland as well, him talking about how, you know, they need to take that as well. And that's stirring up tension because now that's bringing up, you know, tension amongst the NATO agreement, all right? And then even more recently, what else happened? You had an attempt on this guy, Torre's life as well. That came out.
Yeah.
So we know that's in alignment with what's going on with Nigeria, all right? So
Mali,
because they got an agreement between, you know, with Torre, Mali,
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. So they have an agreement and alignment. So we're seeing all this. Basically, Trump is bringing back that empire spirit, man. And he's stirring up that tension. Oh, the main one today is that they've stepped foot on a Russian tanker, all right, with the flag, you know, the Russian flag, so they know what they did. So this is, you know,
declarations of
war. Yeah. So that World War III, you know, it spoke of in the Bible where it says about the third world coming quickly. We're seeing, you know, the birth pains of this World War III. And if we're seeing the birth pains of World War III, that means that the MOTB is soon to be established. We can see that with the fragments of the economy right now, with the gold price, the silver price skyrocketing. China talking about, you know, shutting down, you know, withdrawing from silver trade, and I believe that's what it is, isn't it? They're saying they're gonna shut their doors to like trade in silver and all that. So you see on a global level, there's a lot going on, all right? And what was the other thing that happened on the first? You had the other one was Maduro to get taken.
Maduro, that's the main big one, Yeah, I got something.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 50:22. It says, "A sound of battle was in the land and of a great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth?" Oh man, say it in the wrong thing. "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?"
Go in, bro.
It starts off saying a sound of battle was in the land. That's, you know, talking about basically the war, basically, because that's the time we're in, and it's funny because all of this happened as well. These beginnings of these things you're mentioning, it was on that full moon.
Oh yeah,
it kicked in, it kicked off.
It was a wolf moon, innit? Yeah, super moon.
So they brought this year in. The year they say this is the new year, the Western world. They brought it in with what? With these with stepping foot with war, basically, because this is remember all these things are leading to that mark of the beast. Also, man, they have to cause that chaos within the world, basically, you know, and then the society system, the current system, they're shaking it up, you know. So it says a sound of battle was in the land and of a great destruction, you know, because that's ultimately what it's going to lead to. All of these things, we're going into the World War. That's what it's going to all lead to eventually. And it says, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" That's Babylon is referring to America. It's referred to as the hammer of the earth also, man, because that's Babylon is America is the country that basically is smashing everybody. I think even on Fox News and stuff, when Trump done the invasion on Maduro, they were saying, you know, they then proud. Them said no country could do what we is able to do. They said they stepped foot, and then they said
They ain't lying, though.
They ain't lying. And they said no country is able to do what we do. Then you know they said they goes because it was you see it on the social media and that no country is able to do what we do. Then they said that Colombian president better watch out next.
Yeah.
Basically. They're all now saying all them South American presidents, you better be on high alert because we can just come and snatch you up. They mentioned Mexico, they mentioned Colombia. You know, because you have to remember also it says it broken asunder has Babylon become a desolation among the nations because its future is going to be America will be destroyed because what it's doing as well is it's making the nations hate America more. Everyone's watching this. It's even its own allies, the NATO nations said, look, man, what did the NATO just say? Don't invade Greenland.
Yeah.
Traditionally, they're with America.
Yeah, because they thought that they're starting to see that Trump ain't got no picks. He don't care. He's not concerned. He's looking at the best visual representation of what he's doing right now. I believe it was a G20 summit or one of the summits where everyone was there and he walked in the middle, everyone looked left and right and flexed on them and said like America's here. That's his energy. They don't understand that that's how he looks at all these other nations. Yeah, we're in alignment, but what was he saying to Spain? You say you niggas ain't paid. You ain't paid up. You got a certain money you meant to present
for the protection.
And we're tired of footing the bill. You guys need to start, putting your piece to the agreement.
But the funny thing is, those nations prophetically they're weaker anyway. Prophetically, what can they do? Put in to that agreement.
A lot of them, their economies been toast.
Toast. So
even the UK's looking fucking terrible right now.
And that's why they need war.
Yeah.
That's why they need war.
They need it's
war
even with what do you call it, Libya as well, where France was like, okay. France was like, when Libya happened 2011, they were the first ones to jump in. Then they got the benefits from it. And then historically, even like North Africa, that's those ties to France. That's part of what maintains them. So these things all tie into how Esau's system is able to maintain.
Burkina Faso also was French. Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, that region was mainly French, innit? They kicked them out. That's those
Haiti as well.
That Ibrahim Traore and the leader of Niger and they're like military leaders. So they're respected because that's why even in some of those countries, what they do is because I was watching something like that. What I think they did this in Nigeria. What they did is they got rid of the top military generals because the men follow them. So they have to now go via government officials because the military generals can start coups. They can take countries because the men respect them.
It's Thailand every other weekend. You hear about military coups. South Korea as well. Them men were under military dictatorship for like 20, 30 years or something. Whereas like man would just, someone might come up, then the general would just be like, no, fuck this. Because because they're still at war with North Korea. So they're militarized to a degree that like most other countries aren't even close to.
That's why when the leaders that want to basically keep the country a certain way, they'll get rid of those kind of individuals. They'll keep them out the picture. Because the ground people follow them. So that's what Ibrahim Traore and the Niger government, they actually have those guys in place.
Could you grab Habakkuk 2, 5 and 6? Just to back up.
I get that now. Habakkuk 2 and 5, right? So it says Habakkuk 2 verse 5. It says, yea also, shall I start from 4 or you want to go?
If you want,
okay. Okay, Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Right, this is talking about Esau, Edom. All right? And the main hub, the focal point of where Esau's power is coming from or being enacted from is America. All right? That's where, that filth, that harlot, all right, is operating from. You have various different places as well. You have over here the frog. One of the three frogs, the foul spirits who's dealing with the Rothschilds, the elites. But America is like where it's
Where it's at.
Yeah, where it's at. There's no holds bar basically. They can be in their element over there. All right. Go on.
It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Right, the just shall live by his faith. All right, and this is really, indicative of the behavior of someone that is dealing with the spirit of the Heavenly Father. You're gonna live by your faith. What faith is a gift from the Heavenly Father by His grace. All right, and faith basically is shown through works. What are the works? You have various different works. The main one would be teaching His word. All right, that's one of the main ways you would know. And then living by the words that are written inside of this book. If you see someone else doing anything that don't pertain to this book, that means they're what? They're not a just man. All right, and that's why Esau Edom going around parading the earth, trying to present himself as the man of righteousness is a fallacy. It's a lie. All right, everyone's starting to see through it. With this last thing that happened, with this thing that happened with Maduro, everyone's looking at and saying this man is insane.
Well, even people was referring to Iraq 2.0.
Yeah,
because they did that in Iraq. They went up in there. They fucking embarrassed the president, Saddam.
Yeah,
they put him on. They found him in a bloody hole in the floor, pulled him up. Even when they went to Iraq. Gaddafi. When they went to Iraq, they seized all the palaces. Yeah. They were bloody taking the door handles in Saddam's house was gold. They were breaking that shit off. What do you think they go up in Venezuela when they take the Maduro? I mean, they're gonna be going to his presidential estate, taking shit.
Yeah.
They seize it, man. It's basically the ancient world in the modern world. Yeah. It is, but you're watching it in TV.
You're able to see
you're
it.
able to see it.
Yeah.
They're conquering the land.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the modern visual, you have to see it. It's the same things was happening in the scriptures of land you take, man.
There you go. And the reason why there's like a detachment from what you're actually saying is because Hollywood, man. This man's Urim and Thummim. Like basically, by you watching it on TV, you disassociate these things that are happening. Because whenever you see it in a Hollywood movie, it's presented in a fashion where it's like, you see the good old boys, Americans, they're going around and governing the world. Yeah, you could say Venezuela was fucked up because them lot were eating dogs. People were turning into, a couple years ago, they were saying cannibalism was coming back. But why did that happen? Because America put embargoes on them. I believe even going back as far with Chavez.
They put embargoes
And he was saying, okay, if you want to do that, give me back my gold. Give us our gold back. And they said, no, you get your gold back once you sign the order. You get with the program. If my memory serves me correctly, because that's a couple of years back. So this is something by design. They've been doing certain things in place to where if you're not informed, it'll look a certain way. But it's being done by design. That's why you have this TV show, Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, showing stuff that pertains to why Venezuela is, the way it is, and why it's highly sought after. All right. Not to forget, there's no Rothschild central bank down there as well. All right. Okay, read on.
Yeah. So it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine.
Transgressive by wine. What does that mean? That he's going around with bottles of wine? No, it's talking about the way he thinks. The psychology of this man. All right, and really everything he's about, he always does it under the banner of what? Democracy. I'm going over there to liberate the people, allow them to go McDonald's and play baseball, and throw footballs at each other, and have hamburgers for dinner and pancakes for breakfast. Yeah, that's the image he's sending to the people. And guess what? You buy into that again because you see movies and it's like, oh, so wholesome. They wake up, I love you, daddy. I love you. That's what he's selling to you. But that's wine. That's not
reality.
Reality, man. All right.
Let me read this. Obadiah 1:3 says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's really that prideful spirit, because the reason why they're just kind of feeling like, okay, we're just gonna go grab this guy up. They've got that pride, that haughtiness within themselves, because why? They've got their economic means to bring down countries. They've got military means. They've got information control, various forms of technology by which they can exert their will on people.
Yeah.
So they really have become puffed up with pride.
Yeah.
And it's like Trump is a perfect just example of that pride.
He's the perfect leader.
Personified, yeah. Because there's what so though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Jehovah. And that's the thing is, as far as in a carnal sense, because the Most High is basically giving them license to do what they're gonna do. They're able to run rampant. That's why it's like now's the time where you do just have leaders where it's like, if Trump so desires, he can just go grab you up, man. That guy was, bro, it's like you're hearing the guys grabbed up. Man's tweeting a picture of the guy just there, like with the fucking.
Oh, they paraded him through New York. You see that?
I saw that.
In the white van.
Yeah.
They had the back door open, the side door open.
Yeah.
Niggas coming out,
They captured a king of the world, didn't it?
The king of, yeah.
They captured one of the kings of a.
What the New York niggas saying? They got that thing. You got niggas, in the Bronx or wherever, Manhattan.
Is he driving by?
Yeah, no, I'm chatting shit, bro.
But
this is like a sovereign, of a king of a world.
They did the same thing to Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
They did the same thing to the Libyan leader Gaddafi.
Yeah.
He was all fucked up.
Gaddafi was getting getting busted.
But this is the difference is though, is Trump. It shows you the pride of what you're really going into. It's that Trump had him on the streets of New York.
Paraded.
Like when you open the back door of a van and the side door, and you can see the neon lights in the back seat, and you just got bellied up guys.
That's a big deal, man.
Yeah, those sayings like, bro, it's like the squad came in, and then Trump was having direct conversations with saying like, look, bro, that guy must have been in supreme pride.
I see something where he said,
look, your car, we got you.
The troops were listening to Chief Keef as they entered, before they entered Venezuela to round them up.
Finito.
Yeah. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
It was that exact song.
I'm a gorilla in the fucking.
They apparently the SEALs and the special troops.
I would do that if I heard that song.
They were getting amped up.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing is that, like they've got experts, they've got mean, mighty men that they can send out. They've got the information. They've got operate. It's just like with Mossad and whatnot, with blowing up the pages. Like they've got immense technology, information networks and whatnot, by which then they just swooped in under 24 hours. The guy was he's in New York defending himself in court.
And they didn't even go to the bloody, they didn't speak to anyone, no UN, no nothing. They just went in on their own, off his orders.
Yeah, and he weren't
Trump
even
decreed it, they gotta go.
Yeah.
So that's
what's bypassed his own Senate as well. That's crazy.
It's all that pride. And that's the thing is no one's really said anything. And now it's just it's all gonna basically build up more steam. You might as well.
Yep.
I'm done on mine.
Okay. Habakkuk 2, you go back in 5. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah, he had him grabbed up and transported and brought back. He's like, okay, he's gonna answer for that in the laws and the courts of the US. Meanwhile, the joke is Trump. He was getting brought into court just before he came even for stealing the
before
election.
Before he became president again.
Yeah, but then it's like that was all going through the courts. As soon as they found out, oh shit, he won, then all that got thrown in the bin. That whole legal system, they apply it however the fuck he wants to apply it is how they apply it.
They change it as they will.
Mm-hmm.
Like Esau don't follow his own laws. As soon as you get clocked onto Esau's laws, they'll just go to the back, deliberate for a month and change it again. Yeah. You can't win, man.
Because that's the thing is like as far as with Trump, they then were like, oh, if you're sitting president, you can't be, no legal case can be brought again. So all of that shit got thrown out. They're like, all the evidence, whatever. But then now these guys are they're tributary. They're vassals. They're saying like, oh, the US is gonna run Venezuela.
And do you remember Trump?
That's what the first thing man said.
Because I've seen things where brothers have been showing that the Maduro situation was actually in video games years back. The Maduro situation, yeah. I think it was one of them Tom Clancy games. I think
that's what I was talking about.
Tom
Jack
Clancy?
Ryan.
That's the thing, because he does like. I think he did like a lot. He used to be. I think he was a spy before.
Splinter Cell games.
Yeah, Splinter Cell, things like that.
Espionage.
It's like he used to be in the military industrial complex, but then it's like he wrote stories, then they adapted it into video games. So it's like he knows his shit.
He knows it. And then so the Maduro thing was in a game, and then also there was something else it mentioned as well. I forgot. I lost my train of thought now, but it was along those lines. It was like, oh, Trump in his first stint as president, he was talking about the oil in Venezuela. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You know, they don't deserve it.
That was,
it's
that was when it was
we
like,
could do better with
basically
it.
because what it was, they had the deals in certain place prior.
yeah,
That's
there was a lot of deals, yeah, because
And
it's
then
like
they
when he
basically
came in,
they took them away, withdrew from the deals. So basically, they're looking at it like
Yeah, fuck
that's
them
our
all.
oil. I said moil because
Yeah.
I was thinking money. That's our money.
Mm.
You know, like Dave Chappelle, man.
Mm.
You know, Black Bush.
he was like, oil?
Let's go get the
We're
oil.
talking about oil. Bitch,
Yeah.
you cooking?
But that's what's going on right now.
Mm.
The whole deal is that basically this man is a tyrant, all right?
Tyrant,
and
man.
he's basically now he's really shining his horns. All right, the turn of the year, you know, the moon came in and they've been emboldened. And even what's the giveaway? They said they couldn't go in until the clouds get cleared away.
Mm.
So you know they had to, you know, refer to their doing this,
Magi's.
you know, their magi's and certain seances had been done. They're waiting for a sign to be shown, and then lo and behold, the wolf's moon.
Yeah.
And even when we deal with a wolf, what do we, you know, wolf's behavior is, you know, to basically raven and you know, come down and take your shit basically
As a pack.
Yeah, as a pack. So
Swoop in, innit?
swoop in. So this is what we're seeing now with Trump, and we can see this man's gathering momentum. All right, seeing a thing where it's like, okay, I'm satisfied. This quenched my thirst. No, he's now on a.
Well, yeah, the
tear.
first thing was great. I'll read this just because I've got the article up. So on CNBC it says Trump weighs using U.S. military to acquire Greenland White House. So this, you know, the Greenland thing was maybe like 3-4 months ago, something like that, when it was brought up again. And when Trump came in, it was mentioned, and it's kind of been on the back burner. But now actions happen, and it's like the thing is as well. It's like the Venezuela shit is done. Like that's the result. They're cooked. Like they're done. Man said your leader was in his bed. Man came in.
Took the
So
country.
they put the bracelets on. Get yours. Like they moved. They had that motherfucker in New York in record time, bro.
Within the 24 hours.
Yeah, it's quite. It's like, bro. That's why it's like, you know, when these guys are holding camp with straps,
Yeah.
bro. It's like you'll be in your bed.
Yeah,
you
what
wake
they
up
do.
in Gitmo, bro. You wake up in
And that's why
Gitmo.
all the world leaders, I saw it because there's other world leaders, it's made them all basically
Wary as fuck.
yeah, and basically talk like, well, if they're able to do this to Maduro, this is like a straight violation of the rights of a country.
Yeah, the sovereignty of another sitting.
Even other
'Cause
Edomite nations are saying it about Trump.
Because they were saying like the thing with Maduro is yeah, it was a tyrant, yeah, it was an illegal. They're saying like, oh, the justification is that the most recent election was illegal, but then they you know, to still just go in and be like, okay, we're just gonna grab this guy up and then okay, we're gonna run Venezuela.
There's a due process that's meant to happen. You know?
And then yeah, and even like you said, going through Congress, the fact that because I think it was for like Iraq, they were saying, oh, Iraq. But then Iraq went through Congress. But then even this didn't go through, so it's just like...
They just went straight in. It was what you say, like unexpected.
But they got the right fool guy right now.
Yeah.
For the last few months, Trump's health's been in question.
Mm.
You know, they've been saying, is he, I forgot the term they say, is it lentus mentis, or like, whether he has all these faculties, you know...
Was it dementia or...
No, it's like a saying they say, but they are questioning whether he's actually, you know, sane, whether he has clear judgment. And it's Trump. All right? There's loads of Americans over here in the UK. Why is that? Because
They're trying to flee. They're trying to
run away from Trump. And that's from when he got put in office. They're fleeing Babylon. So it lets you know this guy is a perfect fool guy. If you want someone to try and establish all the prophecies written inside of the Bible about the beast hating the whore, this is the man right here.
Bro,
and even now, just one last
Well.
point. They mentioned, because I got told this, I didn't look into it, but part of the deal with giving Russia a lot of Ukraine's land is basically that they get in on the Nord Stream pipeline.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this is
because I think they said like it was more or less ready to be resolved like a week or two ago. Like then Thingy was upset with certain things. Zelensky was upset with certain things.
But then getting sold up the river basically.
But then it's like the reality of it is like the only reason they've been able to maintain is all these NATO countries pumping money, resources, etc., endlessly into Ukraine, and they're not winning. They're like there's no prospect for them to win against Russia.
Never. No,
so
will never happen.
So then it's like what the hell was the point? And the thing is now it's financial situations. All these different countries are feeling the burn. I think there's people saying like, oh, the UK, blah blah blah. Why are we paying billions to Ukraine when there's homeless man here, there's X, Y, Z, there's various problems.
Well, the same thing with America, because didn't they say with Trump, the whole point was the radical whites wanted to fucking bring him in. Even they've turned on him now. What the fuck?
That's the thing is now, because the thing was like it was like, oh, he said the price of eggs will go down, this and that. Certain situations will be dealt with.
Where the ones the common people, common make America great folks wanted, right? But the thing is,
now they just get to puff up about Maduro got grabbed up.
Yeah, and the thing is, at the end of the day, he's fulfilling the New World Order. That spirit of them giving you crumbs to live well at a time, that's long gone.
Yeah.
It's about the New World Order now. And even, didn't you see Nathaniel Rothschild? He commented, well done, Trump, in the invasion. Did you see it? Nat Rothschild, Jacob's son. He went on Twitter and he said, well done, Trump, with the clapping emojis.
Yeah.
Why? Because they obviously he's got his marching orders from up the top of the left-hand side ladder, man.
I've got to quickly read something because you mentioned the New World Order. So this is from an article in the Guardian. The headline is U.S. attack on Greenland would mean end of NATO, says Danish PM.
Yeah, I was gonna read that.
Okay, so I'll just read this point.
Yeah, and all their fucking agreements, they'll just all turn on each other like, this is all bullshit, man. And really on America, really.
And that's prophecy. All right, so it shows you we're in the time of the end. If you take anything away from what we're saying, know this, that we're in the time of the end. The book is open and it's speaking to you right now. If you have eyes to see, ears to hear, and you're gonna see what you're gonna be able to interpret. All right, so this is from it reads Nielsen and Frederickson were backed by the EU, which on Monday said it would not stop defending the principle or territorial integrity, particularly when it came to a member of the 27-member bloc. The EU will continue to uphold the principles of national sovereignty, and it's these you got because these key words that are being said. They're letting you know, all right, that everyone's shook. Everyone is they're shaking in their boots right now. They are fucking petrified, all right? Because I'll read it again. It said the EU will continue to uphold the principles of national sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the inviolability of borders. The EU's lead
of borders.
Yep.
Which Trump clearly violated.
Yeah. He just came in with a sovereign.
And you know what? Esau historically has always violated borders.
There you go.
These are the devil, man.
It's like when we deal with China, with Hong Kong, man just came through with Japan. Man said, "Nah, you're opening up."
And and it's funny because Japan was always the Western wing's power in the East, traditionally. But what happened is when Japan just became a beast,
where
they had to humble them,
because
it showed you that in the. I'm sorry.
No,
it showed you that in the movies. Japan was always the because even it's funny because even Dr. Umar Johnson he makes me laugh. He calls the Japanese are the white men of the East. He says, which technically they are because they've always been interlocked with Babylon. They've always, and what happened is America moved them away from their traditional ways into industrialization before all the other countries. That's why they were so powerful in the World War. But they just became a beast.
Yeah.
When they had to humble them.
Yeah, because they were actually sure they were actually like able to compete. Able to compete in areas because it was. I remember it was. The big thing was the Japanese cars, where there was a point in time the U.S. had the
man the camera. You wanna?
Take the chair.
Oh, yes, it's up to you. It's thinking, because with
that's the brother Lucas here.
Sure.
I'm saying, man. Razar Muff. Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I call him both because Luke's still a Hebrew name, isn't it? I call him both.
Flies.
Flies, man. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, it's thinking, it's I can't even remember what I was saying.
I don't know if you want to take time to change it around or adjust it. It's up to you. Yeah. That's right. We can keep going though. Oh no, let me read.
Read
you can do your thing and then we'll just adjust it as so whatever works for you.
Come on, bro.
But I'll read on. So it says the EU's lead foreign policy spokesperson Anita Hipper told reporters, "These are universal principles, and we will not stop defending them. All the more so if the territorial integrity of a member state of the European Union is questioned." So they're trying to establish a line. They're trying to say, like, look, okay, we respect territories of everyone, but even more so,
especially not
when you deal with someone dealing with Europe, all right? So they're really showing you that they're pointing to what happened in Venezuela and said, brother, don't come over here with that nonsense. Don't come and that shit ain't gonna fly over here. All right. So it says, but pressure is growing on Frederiksen, who faces a general election this year, to go beyond the diplomacy and lay out more concrete plans on how Denmark would respond if Greenland were invaded. Ayajar Cheminitz, a Greenlandic member of the Danish parliament and a representative of the Inuit Ataqatigiit.
Inuits are Jakes, man.
Yeah. So it's Gad, scattered in Greenland.
100%.
All right.
That's it. That's who they are. That's it. That's them. Yeah.
Said although she did not imagine you got Gad in part of the Europe kind of thing. It's kind of crazy. Said although she did not believe an invasion was imminent, Greenlanders should prepare for the worst. We should hope the best and prepare for the worst. That's the way I see it right now. We are in a situation that is concerning. Cheminitz said Trump's latest remarks were the worst and most serious, and his threats to Greenland and marked the emergence of a new world order.
Oh man, that the NWO, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you were saying that.
The new world order, man. See, traditionally Esau, as we go into, man, he just doesn't respect. They don't respect one another. Also, not more so the other nations, because Esau, even during the time of Rome, they all were killing each other. The different Caesars was always rising up, different armies. For they never had their kingdom was always
unified.
They were and not how much more so now. What does the scripture says? If a kingdom is not together,
I was right about to. I'll read it for you. Matthew 12:26. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
And that's what's happening now. They're all divided because they're all split in opinions with how they're running the show. And then also you've got Trump running amok, just basically using the military wing of their power to just do what he wants. It's pissing off those other lesser, weaker Edomite nations.
Because there's been a system, especially when it comes to Europe, as far as how they'll deal with kind of like global policy. and then under prior presidents, there was an expectation of a certain level of temperance, but then Trump's basically just thrown
yeah.
Because I read this as well. Daniel 2:42, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And that's the other aspect, is because America has that might, has that capability to go out and be like, fuck it, we'll send our military and do these things. Fuck it, we can impact the global trade of certain things as we desire. Then they just act on it.
And you see, proven America also proven Babylon, which that's what we're going into there. America is the top of the tree, because even Britain, when Britain was in power, they technically did that. They would violate every fucking rule in the so-called book. Now they're the most diplomatic. The Brits, British Parliament, which Parliament is our stuff anyway. But they're the most diplomatic in Britain. You bastards, man! You did the same technology. You did the same thing in your time. It just shows that this is now America's time to be the one on top, which is for prophecy's sake. Well, they all did it.
Yeah, even with all these the Dutch East India Company. Whenever these guys had their system where they were going out taking over these different nations, it's the same playbook. Bro. China is even with China, with their involvement within Africa, they're running off Esau's playbook. They're okay, we'll fund certain things, but then you have to that's why all the minerals for the batteries for EV electric vehicles, they're all going to China, because why? China invested. They basically got them in a loop.
But this is what they see. I saw something on that. I saw the difference on the colonization of. I was watching a documentary on it, of how China's doing it and how the Brits did it and Esau did it. How obviously you just mentioned it. They traded. They're doing a bit more so-called building up the country a little bit better, because you did have certain Edomite nations. They would so-called build up a bit of infrastructure and all that. But the Brits, you know what Britain did? When they got colonial power, they totally annihilated every country they took control of. And basically, most of the resources from African countries, let's say, you know what they did? They would take it to build up parts of India that they needed. And they were just destroying lands, the Brits, Esau, Only some of them Edomite countries. I think it was like the lesser, like the Italians, they had certain colonies and they built it a bit better. Even though they were still doing the same shit. Whereas Britain, though, was just...
My uncle's from St. Lucia and would go to Martinique every now and then. One thing I remember him saying was, it's like the Brits fucked their colonies, but Martinique was still a, quote, okay, if you will.
Yeah, French colony. Because I meant there's one... This piece of shit nigga I worked with from St. Lucia, but he basically was telling me about Martinique, like how he telling me about what they do down in the islands, how they jump on a boat, go Martinique, and whatever they're selling over there, it gets like more money in it because the currency is stronger, it's more tied to France. So like you said, they fucked their colonies, man. And America, they learned from their mother.
Because Britain had the gunboat diplomacy. They would bloody be on your borders. Are you gonna sign these treaties? No. By 6 a.m., them fucking cannons are going off. That's what they did. Gunboat diplomacy.
He said like, what treaties? Shoot!
It was them fucking, they wear the grey wigs, the coats, and those old school generals or whatever. They're gunboat diplomacy. They would have their ships lined up on your borders, and when you didn't sign they did it in Hong Kong. They did it in Hong Kong. That's how they took Hong Kong. When you didn't sign the treaties with them, it didn't matter if you signed it or not anyway. This is Esau we're dealing with.
This nigga that dropped. This is why Esau dropped fucking. The Americans dropped little
man and fat boy and little man.
In Nagasaki and fucking Hiroshima. Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
And it wasn't just Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was a lot of Japan was getting. Today they're famous. But a lot of cities were just getting. Because remember, they were getting fucked up by America, and also they were flanked by Russia. They were at war. So then eventually what happened is the Japanese parliament just gave in. They said, you know what? After the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that just silenced them.
But when you look into certain documentaries, These were I forgot the one on Netflix, but Turning Point Cold War. One of the things that they speak on was basically Japan knew that the Russians were coming.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Russian, and then they were like, "Look, man, it's done."
It's done.
And then America dropped the bombs.
Yeah.
You know, so basically,
Perfect timing.
America had no need to. They just wanted to test the weapon.
I think it was just before World War II, like early 1900s, was like the Sino-Japanese War, so Sino-Russian War. So it was like Russia and Japan went to war. I think Japan won that one, and that's why they'll kind of that's what emboldened them in like World War II. But then, like after they got like China got nabbed from them, they got destroyed on their like the Pacific Islands, and then it was like, and then Germany fell, and then Russia was free. It's like okay, it was like it was done. It was a wrap.
Yep.
But a lot of these, you got something as well.
Yeah, after yeah.
Okay, let me.
I still got
let me
Habakkuk
just
as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
it's
finish
very
this as
preset
well.
there.
Okay,
Is
yeah.
it a quick one?
Oh, it's Habakkuk.
Two.
Oh,
Two,
okay, yeah. I might as well finish this and then go back to Habakkuk. So, verse 40, Daniel 2:43, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is unmixed with clay. And that's why it's like they're talking about the EU. And the thing is a lot of those things, like even amongst the EU, Brexit shows there's been schisms already.
But did you see what these motherfuckers talking about? They want the Brits. Once that were once complaining, get out of Europe and all that. Now they want in. They want in because what's happened in these past 10 years? It's been about how many years?
Yeah,
About 10 years now, bro. 10 years. We were around when that was. 10 years, bro.
Yeah,
and for 10 years, you know what these motherfuckers said at the beginning? Get rid of all these immigrants, Romanians, blah, blah, Poles, and all that. And you know what? Now they want back in. And you know what's happening with a lot of these Poles now as well? I've been seeing they're going back home.
They're going back.
They've made their money. And they've had enough of the bullshit here. A lot of Poles in Europe, in England, are just they're going back to their countries.
Yeah, but
they've made bucks, bro.
If I can add as well to your point, specifically about the Poles, is those same Edomites that were complaining when the Poles first came are now using Poland as an example.
There you go. Of keeping how you keep your country pure. Right.
Which is crazy because I remember when they were saying Polish builders, they're fucking up the economy. They come and
they're working too cheap.
But for how long was on BBC Cowboy Builders?
Yeah, exactly.
And
it was
show
I
when
remember
they
that show was.
I remember because we used to watch that growing up.
Bro, the Brits.
They'd be like, fucking hell. So
Like,
you pay all that,
on them.
and the man just sitting there, fucking
like a cup of tea.
he fucking
He's
thinks
like
something
five-
to do.
five-
You got an undercover camera.
There was also Cowboy Builders,
Cowboy
That
Builders.
was legendary.
But then when the polls come, they changed it all up.
They
They
did.
like,
They came with
how much,
efficiency.
brother? They said, okay, yeah, we do that half price. You know, follow the price.
Yeah.
And they do it better job.
Yeah,
And
I
they do it
know
quicker.
somebody that's Polish descent, and basically their cousin came here during that turn, 2000s, like 2001.
Yeah.
And then, but he was already he had skill, but he started off in Pizza Hut. And now he started working, he came in work, but then he had a plan. And now the guy fucking owns council contracts. He wires up new builds, council new builds. He's got basically he's in with councils now. And all of these tradesmen most of them are from his country. And they built a unit. And they're just getting contracts for fucking council. When you see a new build, a lot of them, not all of them obviously, but I'm saying he will get the contract for it. You wire it up. You do the wiring. What do you need? That?
No, I don't know.
You know, you wire it up and all that. So he's made his bucks.
That's the thing as well. It's like a lot of those.
No.
The what do you call it? A lot of the what are they called? Unions and whatnot. Yeah, a lot of the unions in like the 80s, they just got completely put on smash. And then the whole idea was to bring over foreign. That was for the New World Order. Really, just have globalize a lot of these economies, where then the elite can make way more money off it. And then the average guy on the bottom ain't eating shit. So that's the thing is. It was all according to plan. But these, the average, high IQ bacon eater doesn't really understand that, they were the casualty in this equation.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Quick one. It's Isaiah 13:14, and it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee. Everyone.
Now, you see, I saw an article in it. Poles are flocking Poland, for example, they're fleeing back to their country. They've seen the state of what's happening here. They've had enough of it.
Yeah.
And at one time, they actually came here. A lot of them came and thought they would never go back to their country. They would build here, but they built and thought, "What are we doing here? Look at what's going on here.
Like,
it's the same thing."
They're around these Edomites that are over there, these Benjamites, and they're pieces. Man, if you're around them,
They don't like them.
Don't like them.
They don't like
Because
English Edomites.
If you've grown up with them, you've seen them from playground. Like, you just know these people are pieces of shit. But you have someone fresh though, land here, and they think, oh yeah, these are the people I read about, you know, in the books.
Everything about Buckingham Palace.
And you know, all the posh, you know, good day, sir, and the top hat comes off.
Royal Ascot.
And would you like some afternoon tea? You ain't met the dregs of society over here, man.
Yeah.
So when you see how the backstabbing, you understand what they did when they
colonized
the world.
Yeah. Okay, just a bit of information it's from AI overview. So but it says Poland's economy is rapidly catching up to the UK's with significant recent growth, almost 18% since 2019 versus less than 1% in the UK, closing the GDP per capita gap, though the UK remains wealthier overall. And then I jumped down and it said GDP per capita, the gap is shrinking. Poland's per capita is around 81% of the UK's. Now this is up from 36% in 95. So in that period of time, they've caught up. Yeah. This is with some Polish regions now richer than parts of the UK like West Wales or Greater Manchester. So what, Manchester, that's third city?
Yeah, I think
and that's Greater Manchester's decent as well, because a lot of that's where the footballers go.
Wealthy. It's wealthy.
Yeah.
It's very wealthy.
So that's just like, it really shot us like.
But Poland's a rich land. It's a beautiful land. It's actually, I think Pole means actually like farmers.
Yeah.
It's like they're like traditionally like a farming kind of folks.
Yeah.
But it's a green land, Poland. It's a fertile land.
But they say you should go there for the Christmas period.
Right.
They say that's the best time to go there. It's like, you know, scenic, nice to look at.
Yeah, been there very hot summers as well. It's just like
They got different terrain.
Different terrain, different like little mountains and stuff as well.
What we got?
I still
I got thinking you might as well finish that because I've got Revelation 17 as well.
Habakkuk 2, and I'll start from 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
Right, he heapeth unto himself all people. Shall not all these take up a parable? These people that have been for so long, you know, been the butt of this man's joke. I mean, the butt of this man's jokes. All right, now they're like the brother read with Poland. Over here, they would listen. They did not like the Poles. I remember it, man. Fucking Eastern Europeans. Oh, the elbows used to get it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking Kosovo.
Yeah.
You can't like now they can't. They wouldn't dare say anything about the Albanians. Never in their life. They know they're coming down with their family to fuck them up because they've taken over the criminal underworld.
They built their stability in it.
Yeah. So them man are probably ex-military.
Yeah.
Because a lot. That's the thing is Eastern Europe, bro. It's like 90s, 80s, non-stop war.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's it.
And then a lot
bad
of them
too,
is
man.
like, it was
Serbian
those
wars,
were fucking
violent
horrific
wars,
terrorists
man.
happening over.
And it was all instigated by Clinton. It was all instigated by NATO.
It was Cold War,
propaganda
basically
strategies.
Just them fighting against each other.
Getting the Bosnians just getting
Because
murdered.
even it's like what you call it, East and West Germany, which is like that was up until like 1989. It's like it's crazy when you think about how recent it was, where it actually combined. But then it's like you see as well, it's like that combining, that's become like what the strongest economy since, which then shows like that kind of they're kind of putting a damper on that whole spirit from that side. But now they've kind of, and the thing is as well is like the times expires. Like for the US, for the UK, the time like their time as far as to shine is really done. They're just kind of hanging on to it.
Yeah.
Because now all these
I was gonna say even with the military, it's like after Trump getting in, all of Europe started militarizing again. So it's like because I was talking about NATO saying blah, now you have people talking about drafts, people talking about military training.
See, and that's the sign that was being mentioned before. All right, now that spirit's coming because they were saying prior to this happening, they were talking about conscription, and France was saying they're gonna build back, a super army, as well as Germany were talking about it. But now that spirit is showing you all this tension that's going on. As I read with the little thing with Denmark, they basically said like those people in Parliament were saying we need a concrete plan for what we're gonna do if Trump comes down on Greenland. So it's showing you that this is the war drums are banging, all right. But it's, can you hear it, man? Because a lot of people are deaf, dumb, and blind to what's going on right now.
Yeah, that's why they're gonna get caught off guard, man. Yeah, and this could very well be the year, man.
Yeah.
It started with the bang.
It started beautifully, man. This could very well be the year the Lord brings all of these things into play, man. Before you know it, bro, we could be going all digital, man.
Yeah.
Before you know it, man, something's gonna happen. As we know, things are gonna take place to lead to this, which is happening.
Yeah.
Because just earlier on, would you call
There's
it?
an uncertainty in the air, man.
Yeah. Sorry, so earlier on, the US took an oil tanker that was Russian flagged.
Yeah.
And the reports allege that there was a Russian sub that was basically escorting this oil tanker in it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it was thinking because I think they said it was Venezuelan linked. They said linked to Iran, linked to Hezbollah, linked to a bunch of things. But then
it's oil. It's linked to everyone.
I was like, bro,
That's focus group.
That's
What
what
you
I'm
were saying?
Before 2026 came in, didn't Trump? Iran was in the news again. They're saying we're gonna now step in to stop them from going nuclear. Which they're already nuclear.
Yeah.
That's just what they got to tell us.
Yeah.
Tell you, Goyim. They're already nuclear, man.
Because I was because they said like they'll plant out the facilities. I watched a video, a guy was going into it. A lot of where they have their nuclear facilities is like under mountain ranges.
Yeah.
So unless they're like going into, even with intelligence, unless they're going in there to actually go into the facilities and see it, like for them to take it out by blowing it up isn't possible because it's
they can't do it. But in a few.
And then even to know what level of how far they've gone, they've not known since it was like 2019, it was forever ago when they expelled the guys like
Ahmadinejad. He said there was a thing I saw an old thing with Ahmadinejad. He said, "Look, man, when we saw America invading Iraq and that, we were already preparing way before that because they know. Remember as well, these elites of these nations know the Bible's real as well, so they actually understand that in the end times there's things that will take place. They might not fully get the full scope of it. That's why we say we know they watch our teachers on down, apostles on down. They watch, so they know. So Iran said we were preparing for years for this. That's why they're. Do you remember a few years back when Iran shot missiles back at the state of Israel? Was that a few years ago? Things moved so quickly. But it even said that I think they let off drones so the Iron Dome can send off missiles. Then they sent an attack.
real stuff,
And they said that was just all play BS that Iran had just to test it. And it still got through the Iron Dome and all that. That one even, they got their Iran's powerful. But we just know that they got the super... Sorry.
So Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Yeah, let the weak say, I am strong. Because that's really with a lot. It's like even with Poland we're talking about. A lot of these countries, like the Eastern European countries, during like post-World War II, when they're part of like the USSR, a lot of them, like they had non-existent economies. They were basically under USSR. They were basically putting all their resources, all their goods into maintaining Russia functionally. But then now it's like it was a very short amount of time. A lot of them have been separated from that, and now they're stepping up and being prominent. A lot of them, you'll have various different areas of research, or even they've gone into different countries, like the Poles, where they've kind of built up a reputation. And that's just Eastern Europe. You got India, China. China was a possession in World War II. India was a possession in World War II. Now these guys are at the forefront. South Africa, South America as well. Yeah.
Brazil.
Yeah. Yeah, them men were trying to send in that fucking that random nobody, bro, and saying, "Oh yeah, no, he's the true leader." These guys now they have a whole sway in geopolitics, and with how these like wars are gonna go down. Now it's get like it used to just be Europe and America.
Yes, as we're live again.
Okay, cool. It's just thinking. But then, Ukraine was somewhere, it's like prior would have not been significant for them to take it. And that's basically been a central focus for all the world powers, to maintain that land. So all these places that were once weak, now they're prominent. And it's basically, it's the Mossad preparing everyone to go into that big final war, which will really be the war to end all wars.
Yeah.
If you want more on it,
So there's a bit more on this. It says, verse 6, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him? Or it says, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. So that's what Esau does. He will heap unto him all people. That's why America is a melting pot of all nations. And American is an amount, which we know the word really means bitter, but America is an amalgamation of all people, basically. Like in the American army, you've got all nations that fight in that army. It's a melting pot country, right? But basically, that's why we call it Babylon also. It's called Babylon because it's a land of confusion. But what the Lord's doing now, he's separating all of them. And it's like the racial divisions, people going back to their own countries, people realizing America was a big experiment to begin with. It's never been a country.
Yeah, your people are looking in the mirror now. They actually really think that, that they're snapping out of that American dream type of spirit. Where, they're actually counting the cost. Does it make sense? Is this sustainable? America's over. The party's over. No, Kendrick said it. Like this right now as it stands, like this is the end. There's no two ways about it. What is going on over there? All right, Trump is a madman. They're trying.
That's the thing. Prior to he was looking to run up in what was it? Portland was like what you're hearing about in the news, but then now that's just been forgotten because what happened in Venezuela so well.
Alligator, Alcatraz, and all that.
So much stuff happened so fast, bro. Because remember, a few years back, the migrants from Nicaragua and all that, Nicaragua and all them South American countries were the problem.
Yeah.
And then that was all and they blamed the Biden.
Caravans.
And it was the Biden administration. And even as that was happening, see, Esau, everything, the elites do everything in a timing, innit? They'll take their time with stuff to bring the plan, because under the Biden administration, immigration was a big topic for that year, and then a couple of years, and then it was all the South Americans coming in, and some of them, remember, they were coming through them crazy ass terrains to get to America, and then some of them even got to America and flee back, like, what the hell were we even doing here? And then even in the midst of that, what you had as well was you had troopers from different countries come posing as them. Remember, you had all them Afghanis, Syrians, Chinese warriors, all these warriors from different countries, and they were straight soldiers. They weren't normal. They weren't the real asylum seekers were the Jakes from them poor South American countries, and I think Venezuela was even part of that. At that time.
Well, there's a lot of expats from Venezuela. There was like people in Florida, I believe, where they were celebrating him being being taken out of power. There's a lot of people even over here as well. It's like Venezuelans I know where, so I work with them, and they've talked about how fucked the shit was over there, how their family had to just get out of there and whatnot. So no,
what was the point we were bringing it up to? Yeah, it was all of that was leading up to this now, for example, where they've invaded Venezuela. But the thing is, what happens is you seem to forget. Time flies so much. Something new's happening. But these are all. It's been a build up. It's been years and years of planning.
Yeah, because even the Venezuela, for them to have intel to where they can just swoop in, grab them, that intel was running when Biden was in office. There ain't no way they were just okay, Trump came and work some shit out. Because they did whatever they did was some legendary operation. That shit was too smooth.
Within a few hours.
Yeah, a few hours, just come in, they grab your leader, he's gone.
Yeah, air defenses all off.
They were cooked. They were destroyed.
Yeah,
So-
if you got something, someone grab
I've
it.
got
First Thessalonians 5:1.
I'll get it. First Thessalonians 5:1. First Thessalonians 5:1. It says, First Thessalonians 5:1 says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night."
Right, that's off the back of what you're saying. All right, that there's so many things happening over the course of the years. Like you said, Brexit was 10 years ago.
Bro,
Yeah,
man.
I remember because we was in Walthamstow. I remember I woke up for work that day, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, out the fucking heat, I couldn't believe it.
Crazy.
And I went to work. All the people talk, "Hey, we're out of the union now." And so, but that's 10 years ago.
So much optimism at the time.
There you go.
And that was that whole thing. And the thing is, now you see the full effects of these
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
But you see, because of the plans of these elites, right? But you see, Brexit, that was these fucking the Goyim
The bacon
beer
eaters.
drinkers and bacon eaters of England. That was their way of get rid of all. Now they want back in with Europe. You see, you can't win with these devils, man. And you know, unfortunately, we as the Jakes and stuff are just like the fucking bottom of. We don't have no say within the system. We just have to go sway with whatever these fuckers put in play, man.
4% in this country.
Till the Lord comes back, man. We're definitely prisoners of war, man. We got to suffer it. You see the daily hypocrisy of these Edomites. They wanted out of Brexit
it's-
because they wanted the immigrants gone.
Yeah.
We don't want these Romanians. We don't want this.
They want control over their borders, control over their laws. I was like, bro, you don't even know what laws are passed, bro.
And then, bro, do you remember as well? Even that period, they turned on the Negroes because they wanted all the West Indians out. That period, remember? The Windrush easy, you came through your parents' passport. So they quit. And now, all of a sudden, now
You niggas thought you could reggae sauce it up.
before
man.
you could do in the system. But what
You
happened
could
is
just play your reggae and
they
go
wanted the Jakes
carnival.
out. They wanted the Jakes
They wanted
out.
to get rid of you too.
But you know what happened now? All of a sudden, that they want back into Europe now, and they see that the system's against the Jakes now. Now all of a sudden you see these Edomites, it's really these elites and all that. But no, when it was swaying to how you thought it was going to be, you was all diving on that.
Yeah.
Get rid of. Now we get the Romanians. Now we can finally turn back our attention back on these blacks. It got to that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No,
And
I
then
remember-
all these
Bro,
Jakes are
I
fighting in
remember-
Parliament.
I
Like, we
remember
ain't getting
as
sent
soon
back.
as the Brexit vote went through, it
Bastards,
was like
man.
150% increase in like racially motivated crimes. Like
Yeah.
there was bare clips.
Yeah.
Just being like, go back, you fucking patty, and all that.
Yeah. All of
Just
that
out in the
increase.
stick somewhere, some fucking 13-year-old girl just screaming like, what the hell's like? That's the spirit that was there.
Exactly.
Now it's like they're thinking, damn, man, the economy's got what? Nothing but crises. Man said the immigration crisis, the fucking energy crisis, the cost of living crisis, the water crisis. Bro, what's not a crisis? Like, what happened? But then it's what it caught them as a thief.
That's it.
Because they were really thinking like, they'll thinking all these things.
They had it locked.
They
Stop
thought
them
the elites had their best interests in mind.
That's the key thing.
Yeah.
That's the key thing.
They really were sitting
what
there
you-
thinking, oh, what? But David Cameron did the Brexit vote, and it was like, who the hell was even asking about no bro? The only man was like UKIP, and they got like what 4%,
And
8%
and
at most.
do you know? I think UKIP wasn't that the one that.
Nigel Farage.
No, sorry. See, I'm getting this wrong now. You see, Tommy Robinson. Before Tommy, there was another guy. I forgot his name.
I know him.
What's his name?
Yeah,
That kind of fat
yeah,
Edom,
yeah,
that
yeah,
fat
yeah,
Roman-looking
yeah.
Edomite.
But
He
didn't
was
fuck
onto
with
that.
the Jews.
He was onto Amalek
Yeah.
before Tommy. He was actually really trying to make it for the whites. So the so-called whites. He's a serious player in that. But what they did is they basically they made him look like a madman and started putting Tommy in play because he was serious. He didn't like Amalek.
Yeah.
He didn't like Amalek. He knew everything that's going on. And he really wanted to bring England. He had that kind of like old school Enoch Powell spirit.
Yeah.
You remember that guy? But basically,
Yeah.
he even what's his name? Nick? Is it Nick something?
It's Ira Nick something.
He wasn't playing, bro. He basically wanted England to be ran a certain way. But what the obviously the think tanks of these Amalekites, they had to bring their people in play. Hence, where you have a Tommy Robinson, which Tommy Robinson is really a so-called Jew.
Stephen Yaxley.
But what they'll do, because they know these average idiots, the Baconites, the average idiot Baconite doesn't know anything. They can put him in a bloody polo Ralphie with a hood, with the collar up like that. Says he supports Luton Town or whatever team he's from. Give him a little accent, but really he's a so-called Jew. he
Put a Stony on it.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then he's for us.
Stone
and all
Island
that.
jacket.
But really, the other old school white man, the old school Edomite cat, he was really more about that spirit than
Yeah.
Tommy. He was genuinely trying to change
Nick Griffin.
Nick Griffin.
That's his name.
Look him up, Nick Griffin.
Yeah.
Nick Griffin's views were ahead of his time in
Yeah,
terms
yeah.
of what's happening now.
Now,
And he knew the country's being ran by Amalek.
I remember that face.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But they slowly got
Yeah,
Let me. Should I keep reading?
Yeah,
this?
keep reading.
Okay. So it says First Thessalonians 5, and I'll go back to 2. It says, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a."
in the holy book. All right, you know, and that's the thing you don't understand. Inside the book, what does it tell you in Ezekiel? It was written Lamentations, woe and destruction, I believe it says. All right, so all these things are coming into play, but you're none the wiser. You got your blinkers on, you know, blinders, so you're just looking ahead. Oh, rainbows, daffodils, unicorns. A unicorn ain't real. That should be a telltale sign that everything that's going on right
Easter
now
eggs.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's happening right now? When it's too late, that's when it's gonna hit you over the head and say, "How the fuck did we get here?" Lo and behold, all this shit is happening right now. The world is on fire, and you can't see it. All right, but that's by design. That's why it said that we're not in. How did Paul word it? We're not in.
It says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness,
In darkness.
that
all
that day should overtake you as a thief."
Why? Because we have the light of Yahweh Shai within us. All right, He's enlightened us. All right, and the lamp is burning within our mind, and we can see everything. All right, anything is darkness around the world, but anywhere we put our eyes, we can see through that darkness and see, oh, that's what's really happening. This is why we can explain about guys like Nick Griffin, what's happening down in Venezuela, what potentially could happen in Greenland, and even if it doesn't happen, why things like that are happening. What is it going towards? Going towards prophecy. All right, you had on Revelation 17, I remember.
Yeah.
Because it's going towards these different things that are written inside of the Bible that show you we are in that time. All right, if you can't see it, then the Lord has blinded you. The Heavenly Father has blinded you. All right?
There's too much going on. Revelation.
Yeah, gotta read. You might as well read it.
Oh, I will look.
Cool.
Thingy. Was it Revelation 17 and
Shalom, man.
Shalom, bro.
okay.
We're from India.
Okay.
Shalom, man.
Shalom. Revelation 17
Keep watching, man.
and 16 it says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
No, it's good.
And yeah, that's them 10 horns, man. That Europe, EU, and NATO, which at once it seemed like a like a perfect union. That's really like post World War II. They were like, oh, the League of Nations was set up where they were like, oh, we're basically gonna stop these world wars, and then it was a European economic community where they're like, okay, we're all gonna work together because the whole 1900s was 1800s into 1900s was just different European like rulerships warring against one another non-stop.
Yeah.
And then
I think that was called the Treaty of Rome, innit? Was that called when they
might
came
have.
together?
I can't remember. I'd have to look that up. But then that's basically where it built that together. And then as it said, it worked for a season, but then it was
Yeah,
well
Treaty of Rome.
we-
Yeah, they all came together. The Treaty of Rome.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's-
but
it's that
Jody is Rome.
extension of Rome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then the
Extension
bastards,
of
they
Rome.
all, you was mentioning it, how they all came together. But look now, they're all fucking fighting again.
Yeah.
It doesn't last long with Esau, man.
No.
They'll just start fighting each other.
You mentioned it for Rome as well. It was the
They-
same thing.
yeah, because I saw something with Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, he had and it's funny because later on he got fucked over in the Senate. It's famous. He got fucked over later in the Senate. But Julius Caesar, he went to war so much with different Roman politicians, man. It was crazy. There was a different politician always coming up, and all the different politicians in Rome had military sex. And it's like whoever had the strongest arm would oust the other one,
Yeah.
and then now get more of the rights in Rome.
Yeah.
It was crazy what they were doing, these devils, man. There was no
That's,
peace
you
with
know,
them.
That's the glorious system that you know they all uphold.
I think one of them, I think one of those Roman Caesars, I can't remember which one, I don't know if it was Crassus, was so greedy, bro. They kept going to pillage and pillage. And I think they went to like the Eastern worlds and that. And then they ended up melting gold and making him drink it. Like they made him drink, they melted gold. Because obviously what they would do is they would gather their armies in Rome and then they would go to Asia, conquer, get as much as they can and come back more powerful back to Rome. So there was always that going on with them. And there was one who was so greedy to went to campaign. I think it might have been Crassus and that. And then they melted gold and made him drink it. Do you know what I mean? To suffice they agreed, didn't it? These Edomites. But they could never be at peace. Look today. Now they don't like Trump. And even
even when Trump came in the first time, when he was going to the EU, going to G7 and whatnot, they were always shunning him.
Shunning him, bro. They were shunning him. And remember, he would always, like you mentioned, he would do that with his suit. Remember the first times he would go into them UN meetings? Like, basically, he was letting them know we're in the house. And then I think a lot of them wouldn't even clap for him. Do you remember them that period?
Yeah. Even with Zelensky as well. Where Zelensky and what's the fucking vice president called?
Oh yeah.
Saying, "No, you're not grateful.
You didn't come in a
I'm
suit."
very great." But then it's you know that's because why? Because basically you're a tributary. You functionally are exist. The only reason that Ukraine exists is because the EU and NATO and the US
we're helping
basically sustaining it.
Sustain.
They would have been forgotten in the annals of history already by now.
Yeah.
Let's
But I
try
think
last,
that's last
if
verse.
you got any last.
I got another verse.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so verse 17 it says, "For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill His will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled." So the reason why it worked is because why it was set that way. It's like it'll run for a time where you're gonna have the idea of EU, NATO, these coming togethers, but then over time it's gonna break down. Even with the EU, really it fractured to the point of breaking during the financial crisis. Because what was it? Greece, Ireland, Italy,
pigs,
all the pigs, they were done. They were like, as far as like functional countries, like they were cooked.
It was over.
They were only extended like artificially, but then it's like their economy's cooked. Like, what can you really do? Like they have.
Greece is just a holiday island.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Well, most of the youth in Italy and stuff, they leave the country.
They leave to go make money elsewhere.
It's all mostly the elderly in certain towns.
Yeah.
The youth leave. They go stronger European countries to make some money, or America.
Even Spain as well. It's like Spain was a spot that a lot of South Americans would go to. Now you see them in the UK. They're saying, "Oh, I'm from Spain." I'm like, where you really from? A lot of like, Peru.
Well, it's funny because even where I'm at and that, a lot of the people, the staff that clean in the morning would be Spanish-speaking tribes, and now it's a lot of Dominicans.
They're Dominicans.
Now it's a lot of Dominicans, which is obviously
wasn't that before.
Nah, but it's happened over time. There's a lot of Dominicans now.
Because I remember it's like even in the 90s, like cleaning used to be local white women doing that job.
That's them. You know,
they're not pensioners. They just want a little money.
Yeah.
Their husband brings a bacon.
But then they do like
on the side.
like 3-4
Time
hours
to
a
keep
day kind
busy.
of thing. Yeah.
And then they come in, have a little chat with you.
Exactly.
You all right?
Exactly.
Oh, dinner
But now,
ladies as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But now that's not what's going on. It's like all them, the tribes are over here.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like cleaning, it's like, especially with like different places you rent, it's like, bro, everyone that comes to clean is South American. It's like I'll chat to them. So,
And there used to be Africans as well. Let's not
Yeah,
forget that as well.
that too. Yeah.
Nigerians and Congolese and all that.
Yeah. But that shows you the changings of demographics and all these things, man.
That the money is the blessing is running out. This man is on his way out, man. Like it's over. Okay.
And even now, I saw something where it was even talking about like, because everything now, which has always been anyway, but everything's like racial, isn't it? Everything's racial, man. So I was watching something where it was talking about like, basically like it was like Elam talking about the relation between Elam and Jake and how it needs to improve. They need to intermarry and all that. You know, like basically to outdo the white man.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, this is mad. Basically, because the world is brown, really.
Yeah.
It's only Esau's monetized the planet, controlled everything, where you know, and he's destroyed everyone's minds.
Yeah,
but now
yeah.
that have you seen these kind of bridges are starting to be destroyed?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Even I saw one thing with this like one white girl on Whitebird. Apostles have brought this out as well. And basically, the woman she was asked, she was interviewed on the street. Who would you want to be with in the future? She said, I want to be with I want my children to have melanin. So I want to be with a black man because the future they're gonna need it for the future. She said. So that's a good response. She gave him like a future response. She wants her kids to be mixed, so-called mixed,
The way things
but
are
with
going,
with a man of color, Jake, because she said that it's because why? Because the so-called white people, where they're not going to tell you, but they can see their world is not what it was. Their world is not what it was.
The people that know, they're in the know, they can see like, oh,
Our world
it's
ain't the
falling
same, bro.
apart.
Basically, if the Lord didn't do it, how he's gonna do it? Because Yahweh Bashim Ashai, he's gonna destroy the system. We know for the nuclear missiles. If the Lord didn't do it, how are through nuclear missiles? Eventually, the Lord will just allow Jake to take the system over, man, like he did in the
With
previous
Rome,
world.
yeah.
But we know there's a plan right now.
Yeah, and that's why it's holding it off. We got anything else?
Last verse in this. First Thessalonians 5:5. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not in the night nor of darkness.
That's right, man. Children of the day.
And we're waiting for that day star to arise, man, in our hearts. Yahweh Shai. Alright? And if we're children of the day, children of light, that time is coming very soon. Alright? And all these things that are happening right now speak to the revealing of the Son in these last days. Alright? Anyone anything else or
Yeah,
wanna
I'm
say?
feeling on that.
That was it.
Yeah. Alright then, man. With that, man, say shalom.
Shalom.
Until next time, man.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.